delivery system. Buccal delivery involves the administration of the desired drug through the buccal mucosal membrane lining of the oral cavity. Sublingual administration of the drug means placement of the drug below the tongue, and drug reaches directly into the bloodstream through the ventral surface of the tongue and floor of the mouth. The drug solutes are rapidly absorbed into the reticulated vein, which lies underneath the oral mucosa, and transported through the facial veins, internal jugular vein and brachiocephalic vein, and then drained into the systemic circulation. Advantages: oral mucosa is richly vascularized and more accessible for the administration and removal of the dosage form. Buccal drug delivery has a high patient acceptability compared to other non-oral routes of drug administration. Harsh environmental factors that exist in oral delivery of drug are circumvented by buccal delivery. This route of administration avoids acid hydrolysis in the gastrointestinal tract and bypasses the first pass metabolism. Rapid cellular recovery and achievement of localized site on the smooth surface of the buccal mucosa are among the other advantages of this route of drug delivery. A relatively rapid onset of action can be achieved relative to other oral routes, and formulation can be removed if therapy is required to be discontinued. Increased ease of drug administration, that is also one advantage. Disadvantages: low permeability of the buccal membrane, specifically when compared to the sublingual membrane. Buccal mucosa is having comparatively smaller surface area. The total surface area of the membranes of the oral cavity available for drug absorption is about 170 cm square, of which 50 cm square presents non-keratinized tissues, including the buccal membrane. The continuous secretion of saliva, which leads to subsequent dilution of the drug, swallowing of saliva, can also potentially lead to the loss of dissolved or suspended drug and ultimately the involuntary removal of the dosage form. Also, the hazard of choking by involuntarily swallowing the delivery system is a concern, in addition to the inconvenience of such a dosage form when the patient is eating or drinking. Some routes of drug absorption by buccal route. It mainly involves two routes, that is the paracellular and transcellular. Permeants can use these two routes simultaneously, but one route is usually preferred over the other, depending on the physicochemical properties of the diffusant. Since the intercellular spaces and cytoplasm are hydrophilic in character, lipophilic compounds would have low solubility in this environment. This is a diagram showing transcellular route and showing this is a paracellular route. The cell membrane, however, is rather lipophilic in nature, and hydrophilic solutes will have difficulty permeating through the cell membrane due to low partition coefficient. Therefore, the intercellular spaces pose as the major barrier to permeation of lipophilic components. Since the oral epithelium is stratified, solute permeation may involve a combination of these two routes. The route that predominates, however, is generally the one that provides the least amount of hindrances to passage. These are some permeation enhancers which are mainly used in buccal drug delivery system. Here you can find out that classified as surfactant, bile salts, fatty acids, ethanol, cyclodextrin chelators, and the chitosan. And mostly they prefer the paracellular route for the enhanced absorption, and also some examples which include sodium dodecyl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, then some bile salts are there, then cyclodextrins, etc. Biodesive mucodesive polymers which are used in the oral cavity. Okay, so it should have some ideal properties like a strong hydrogen bonding groups. It should possess strong cationic or strong anionic charges. It should have higher molecular weight, should have chain flexibility as well, and should have surface energy properties favoring spreading on mucous layer. It should have hydrophilicity, it should be biocompatible, non-toxic, economically favorable, etc. These are classification of polymers based on the criteria like sources that can be natural or semi-synthetic or synthetic, depending on aqueous solubility, that is water soluble, water insoluble, charges based on cationic, anionic and non-ionic. All type of the polymers are employed in buccal drug delivery system. Now these are some dosage form. Based on the geometry of the dosage form, it may be primarily classified into three categories as single layer device with multi-directional drug release, water impermeable layer device with unidirectional drug release, and unidirectional drug release device. Single layer device with multi-directional drug release suffers from considerable drug loss due to swallowing. These are some type of tablets that can be considered over here. This is a conventional biodiesel matrix tablet. Here we can find out only one side or unidirectional drug release that will be observed, because at the back there is water impermeable coating. Here again coating is there, and the matrix tablet that you can observe here. So these are some type of buccal mucorrhizal tablets. Here we can find out how the tablet can be placed there. This is just you have to pull up the upper lip and place the tablet there for prolonged period. Here we can find out it is just applied. It is applied after 1 hour, it is applied after 5 hours, and then after 10 hours. Here we can find out the buccal root. Here we can say toward the cheek region we can apply the dosage form, and for sublingual we can apply it below the tongue. Other than the tablets, some semi-solid buccal mucorrhizal dosage forms are also available. It mainly involves gels and ointments. These dosage forms are applied topically into the mucosal surface for local and systemic action. These dosage forms typically consist of polymer, drug and suitable excipient as a fine powder in aqueous or non-aqueous base. Hydrogels can be used as a semi-solid dosage form for application in buccal cavity. It can be defined as the three-dimensional hydrophilic polymeric network capable of imbibing large amounts of water or biological fluids. These are the spray by which we can apply the semi-solid dosage form. There are also reported some buccal mucorrhizal patches. These are flexible patches, and they may be with dissolvable matrix, maybe non-dissolvable backing, and patches with a dissolvable backing.